Hey guys, just got back from the theater from seeing a re-release of Shin Godzilla. Um, I'm sure probably people are watching this and going, "Why do you have a review of a movie that's like 9 years old?" And the only reason is, well, there's a I'm a big Godzilla fan, and I grew up a Godzilla fan, and for some reason I still don't know why. They re-released got Shin Godzilla into theaters, and I never saw it before. So that's why we're getting a review for it. So, I mean, yeah, here I'm reviewing a movie that's 9 years old. So I don't think I'm by getting any spoilers. I don't think I'm spoiling much of a movie that's 9 years old. But anyways, this movie, like I said, for some reason, even like I said, me being a Godzilla fan, I never saw this. I saw Godzilla minus one a few years ago when that came into theaters. This never came to my theater, I don't think. I can't remember. It was 2016. A lot has fucking happened between 2016 and now. So, and I've seen a lot of movies in between 2016 and now, but I don't think it came to my theater. I was going to the movies all the time at that time, and not as seeing everything like I do nowadays. But I if it did, it escaped me for some reason. And like I said, I would have gone seen it because it's like I'm a Godzilla fan. I've always heard this was a pretty good Godzilla movie. And I remember hearing pretty decent things about it. And it's got like 87% of Rotten Tomatoes over the years. So it's got good reviews from critics, decent reviews from audiences. And I'm like, yeah, sure. I was like, I'm not going to turn down the opportunity to go see a Godzilla movie on a big screen. And I, like this is my first time watching it. I'll say this: I thought the movie was just okay. It was okay, pretty good. Um, it's not definitely one of my favorite Godzilla movies. Especially after one of the things that hurts this movie probably more than anything is that I just saw Godzilla minus one 2 years ago. Like the same, you know, a Japanese Godzilla movie called Godzilla minus one. That movie fucking ruled. I didn't review it at the time. That was what maybe I honestly it might have been my favorite movie of 2023. Like I know Oppenheimer came out, and I was a big fan of that. Honestly, I think I kind of liked it better than Oppenheimer. And, like that movie fucking was awesome. And I could not express how great that movie was. Godzilla minus one. It made it just put it made me a fan of Godzilla again. It's like it did it reminded me why I love Godzilla movies, and it like it reminded me like if you do how you do Godzilla movies. The Japanese know how to make really great Godzilla movies. This and there's positives to this movie. There are positives. Godzilla is fucking awesome. Godzilla is easily the best part of this movie. What a shock! Godzilla is the best part of a Godzilla movie. What a fucking shock! Um, this movie, every time he was on screen, it's the best. Were easily the best fucking scenes. Easily. Uh, I love this version of Godzilla was very weird. Like almost kind of different. Like he starts out like as like a four-legged, weirdly looking creature that it looks like it has like googly eyes and shit like that. That was fucking weird. I'm like, what is this shit? And I was like, this looks hilariously bad, but also at the same time, it's like it kind of feels like something that would have been a month like if I didn't know that this was Godzilla. I was like, this does feel like a creature that would have been in like an old Godzilla movies. Like the creature designs in those movies were goofy as hell, and like that like so I kind of I was adoring that a little bit. Like it just reminded me a lot of old school Godzilla movies for better or worse. Like the old movies, and then like over time, like he starts to evolve more and more and more to the form that we know everybody knows and loves. it looks even fucking freakier and scarier than normal. Um, I think he was even more terrifying in Godzilla minus one. He was a lot more terrifying in that movie. But he was still pretty good, intimidating in this. And like the scene, I was like the scene where he's just blowing like nuclear fire or like blowing fire out of his breath, fire breath, and all that shit like that. And then like, what the fuck? I mean, I've not seen every Godzilla movie. Like, there's 40 of those fucking things, so it's hard to see all of them. I don't think even in America, I don't think we get I can access all of them anyways. So, but it's funny, like, I don't remember him having beams come out of his fucking back. Like, what the hell, laser beams, like, literally, like, no other way, like, almost like laser beams come out of his back, like, out of his, like, spikes. That was pretty fucking cool. Like, like, blast, like, fighter jets out of the sky. That, I was like, I had never seen that before. Maybe I'm wrong. I said, uh, but like I said, I haven't seen all of us. I don't think I've ever seen that. And then the movie kind of pissed me off because it teased me with the idea that, like, he can develop wings now and they never fucking have him fly? Fuck you! I want a Godzilla movie where Godzilla flies. That would be amazing. I would pay to see that. I was telling my mom, I'm like, I'm away. I was driving home. I was like, she said, but that would make Godzilla Godzilla. And I was like, that'd still be fucking cool. like, this, the idea was that with him growing wings, he could now go to other countries and destroy them. That would be fucking cool, dude. Do it, man. Don't, like, goddamn it, Tokyo, Japanese. Please, love of God, do that. Like, I don't think America could pull that off, but like, God damn it, that would be fucking cool. I love the idea. Just like, God damn it, that'd be fucking cool. Um, Major problem with this movie, why I don't love this movie, is that while I talk about how much I love the Godzilla scenes, he's barely in this fucking movie. I mean, he's barely it kind of reminds me of like the American remake of Godzilla, the one from 2014 that I kind of gave a pass at the time, but more over the years of like, I don't know why I love that. I gave that movie as much a pass as I did because this movie has the same problem, and it has the same problem that a lot of old Godzilla movies do sometimes, not all the time, where they focus a lot, the whole movie, other than Godzilla. Like Godzilla's maybe in this for maybe 15, 20 minutes. That's it. It's a 2 hour movie where Godzilla is barely in it. And that makes the movie even long. In fact, this movie's 2 hours, and they're focusing on how the Japanese government is responding to it. And like at first it's interesting and it's like using like it's obviously the 2010s where it's a lot of kind of found footage. It feels like a little found footage honestly I would like to see a found footage Godzilla movie. Although we did get that Cloverfield technically. That was the closest we've gotten to that. Yeah, we but that's the main focus of this movie is how the Japanese government is responding. And they're it would be one thing if we had actual interesting characters, but they're so generic and so bland and have no personality. And I don't care. And it gets boring as sin. The only time where it got a little interesting was where the point of the movie or the last half of the movie where they were debating almost ready to nuke their own Tokyo. The Japanese government was ready to nuke Tokyo, along with the like conglomeration with the U.S. government. They were going to bomb their own city. And I thought that's kind of funny that the U.S. government is working with Japan to nuke Japan. That's kind of funny. If you think about that, that was kind of funny, and interesting, and like, but man, I was so checking out a lot of the times with like the scenes with the government and like how they're trying to figure out how to defeat Godzilla and council meetings between the prime minister and all the other heads of the government, Japanese government. I'm like, oh my god, that's like a majority of the movie. It's like this is reminding me of the 2014 Godzilla, where like yeah, the reason why I liked that movie was because the scenes with Godzilla were so fucking awesome when we got them. But man, they were too far in between, and that's the problem. And like for that, I I can't give this like I'll give it a B minus. I wanted to like this movie more than I did. But man, it's like it became a slog to sit through at times. Like, oh my god, man. And then like the worst part about it, I'm not bitching about it because I saw it in Japanese. I'm not bitching about it being in Japanese. That's the way a Godzilla movie should really be seen, is in Japanese with subtitles. I know I'm not one of those people that hates when like you have to read subtitles. I'm not one of those people. I don't mind that. Some of my favorite movies of the last few years have been foreign movies that were just subtitled. But like whenever they would flash like briefly flash like a character's name and at the same time you're trying to read subtitles, but you want to try to look at the fucking person's name, but you're real more interested in the conversation, so you really don't catch their name. It becomes like, man, that becomes really distracting if you sit and think about it for 2 seconds. Like, maybe do a better way of introducing your characters a little bit more. Like, I know Godzilla, like the older Godzilla movies focused a lot on human characters and not just Godzilla. But after watch, I hate comparing it to Godzilla minus one. But Godzilla minus one gave you I mean, this movie came out years before Godzilla minus one, but it's now giving you the blueprint on how to balance human characters of Godzilla and actually make compelling characters, human characters, and make you actually care for them. That was one of the first times in a long time, maybe ever, I've actually cared about human characters in a Godzilla movie. That was amazing. Um, had a compelling story. About World War II, the post World War II Japan, and Godzilla was just it also became a Godzilla movie, and it's like really fucking great movie. God damn it. Watch Godzilla minus one over this one. Like I said, I don't hate it. That's not one of my favorite Godzilla movies. There's still cool moments in it. Like I said, Godzilla's fucking awesome. He is still awesome. I do like this version of Godzilla. I just wish it had a better movie. I got a lot of movies coming up this weekend, and I got a lot of shit going on right now. So it's gonna be really crazy trying to balance it all out. But I'm gonna try to see everything. Hopefully, I should be able to. So I'll have reviews in the next week or so of. Hold on a second. Nobody to Jimmy's Things. That looks interesting. Americana and East of Wall. And until then, I'll talk to you guys later.